Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Andrea V, your favorite faith forward homegirl
who is really just trying
to be obedient, right?
and I want to
This Diaries, and this is part one. So
be honest, let me be very transparent.
I am in a season of trusting God. I mean, I've always trusted God,
But trusting God in a way
that I have never trusted Him before. So about 4 months
ago, I was released
from my job. I have been there for about 3 years, and let's just
say that
was a very hard experience, but it needed to be
done. I have
never been let go from a job before. I've never been fired. Like if
anything, I am going to
leave a job before I get fired.
and so it literally
Been within 90 days of me starting law school. I started
school in August and I was
from my job in November. And let's just say doing those three
period or the 4 month period that
God had really been dealing with me about this job, and He had been dealing with me
about the fact that eventually you
to have to let go of it, and trust me in order
get what you want, not get what you want,
to be able to pursue what you want to pursue, because right now this job is holding you back. And
God was absolutely right.
I was literally waking up in the morning, I was clocking into work,
Getting my son ready
getting myself ready for the day, and I would go to class for 2 or 3 hours out the day, and then I would come back
home and I will work
until about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, while also juggling being a part-time law student, while also
being,
and I think for me, I was so determined
to do it. I was so
what is going on? Oh, sorry y'all.
um
I was so determined to do it. I was so determined
to work and put my
through law school, and making the sacrifices, because that's what you're supposed
do, right? Like you are supposed to,
make those sacrifices. You are supposed to be able to do.
God has called you to do and just be.
And I think for me, I had a hard time
With letting go,
income that I've had for the past 3 years, right? Like I was
making almost $80,000 a year.
I was traveling, the world. I was doing all the things
I thought that I wanted in a job.
Networking and meeting new people. And I think God was
letting me know, like, well, you can't have.
And I think that was my either you're going to serve God or you're going to serve money, but you can't serve both
Type of moment, right?
And to be clear, right, I was being
disobedient. And
God literally told me, like, hey, you have to, oh, I'm getting emotional.
It's like, you
trust me. You have to trust me. You have to
trust me. And y'all,
trusting God is scary, right?
Trusting God is
a it takes practice. Let's just say that. Trusting God takes practice, right? And I don't claim to be a perfect Christian. I don't claim to be a perfect believer. I don't claim that, right? Because we all have our moments and our times where we fall short, right? But I knew that it was something special about this moment, because y'all, and like I've told the story before to other people, like I was on a 3-day fast when I got removed from my job. I don't want to say fired. When I got removed, relieved of my duties immediately. Okay. I was yeah, like I was on a 3-day fast. A 3-day fast. And I told God, I'm like, okay, like if this is something that I'm supposed to do, like do through law school, like you're gonna let me know. You're going to let me know, because one of the things that I told God was that I really want to lean in and focus on content, right? Like I really want to lean in, focus on my content, and I want to, be able to continue to make a space for myself, right? Or, continue to be in the lane that you have created, for me. And so, literally, y'all, on the last day of my fast, I literally got a message from my supervisor saying that, hey, we're not going to do, our one-on-one. We're going to meet with, the executive director and the person that's over her. And so, y'all, in my mind, I was like, I already knew. In my mind, I already knew what that was about, because it was my first time ever meeting the supervisor that was over my ED. My first time, my first time. And so I'm like, okay, but my mind just had already went to, to Stern and to doing all those things. And it was crazy because when I prayed that night, like after I got the message, I literally heard God tell me, like, regardless of what happens, just trust me, right? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm about to get fired. 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 But it's okay. So, y'all, I went into that meeting with my head held high. I didn't go in there with, anxiousness, and I was a little anxious, but I didn't go in there with like resentment or anger, because I kind of already saw it coming. You know what I mean? And after I got that message, I was like, okay, yeah, like this is it. And the thing is, too, there was so much building up until that point where I was getting frustrated with the job. I was getting aggravated. Like I felt like, the whole world, well, the whole entity in itself was against me. And the moment that I messed up, they used that against me and got me on up out of there. But I'm okay, right? Like I literally got fired on Classic Weekend, y'all. If you know anything, my rattlers, I got fired on Classic Weekend. Fired on Classic Weekend, y'all. But the thing is, I had already, made plans to go to Orlando, be with my family, and just have a good time. And I think, reality really didn't set in until like, okay, I'm at Classic, and, not trying to think about, oh Lord, the money that's in my bank account. But luckily, God allowed me to get paid through the end of the year. So I had a check until December 31st. And so I'm like, okay, and even in then, trying to do my best by my paycheck, being a good steward. So I'm like, okay. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like I had to grieve. And then there are some instances where I feel like I'm still grieving, um, losing my job. Because being an independent woman, being a single mother, we know that income instability is important, right? Because we got bills we got to pay, we got food that we need to keep in the in the pantry, we got kids that need to be clothed and provided for, all those things, right? And so one thing that my mom told me when I, let her know that I lost my job, because y'all, I was boohoo crying when I lost my job, she literally said, don't panic. Don't panic. She just was like, when someone loses their job, the first thing that they do is panic. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to panic. But I'm not going to lie and say that I did not have those moments, because I did. And, luckily, like being in school, we get refund checks and stuff like that. And, luckily, it is something that can sustain me for a little while, right? But only God can sustain me. And I feel like, during this process of me like grieving my job, not having it anymore, I felt like it has allowed me to be free in so many ways, to not have to worry about punching a clock, not having to worry about trying to meet deadlines and get things done, on top of, trying to be a mother, trying to be a law student. And I felt like God was just letting me know, like, that season of your life is over. Like, it was good while you lasted, but you wanted law school. I'm giving you law school. So I need you to be all that you can be. I need you to, immerse yourself in the experience and learn along the way. Right. And it's been a crazy 4 months because I have really just been thinking to myself, like, okay, what can I be doing? What do I need to be doing? And I told God that I wanted to be a full-time content creator. I wanted to really hone into this space, right? Because it's something that I love doing. Like, I love getting on here, motivating you guys, posting like lifestyle content and just, being myself. Like, I love it, right? But there's also that piece of the unknown where you're like, okay, what's about to happen? Like, God, I need to see the money. I need to see, I need to see the stuff coming in. Like, what's going on? What's going on? But I'm also in a space where I am just trusting the process. And this is why I wanted to bring it here, to be obedient. Like, God has just been telling me, just step out, go forth, be bold. And I even like heard him say, okay, it's time for you to get back on YouTube. It's time for you to get back on YouTube and do it my way. And so literally, as I was just thinking about this, and today I'm like, okay, let me record my YouTube video and at least just have it. So when I'm ready to release it, it is there. But I just want to document trusting the process. Like, I want to get on here every week and just talk to y'all about what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, what I'm going through. And hopefully that these videos, help someone else who may be going through what I'm going through or something similar, right? But just remember that we just have to keep our eyes stay fixed and focused on God, and everything else is going to work itself out, right? It's not about the fact that we may not have no money in our bank account, or we 2 months away from the light shutting off or whatever, but just realizing that trusting the process means trusting God wholeheartedly, right? Because as the Bible says, lean not to your own understanding. Lean not to your own understanding. And I am in a space where it's like, okay, God, I pray for this, right? And I'm also trying to figure out, okay, like, what do I need to do? And God is like, okay, you asked me to remove you from the job, to give you time to create and do what you want to do. What's going on? Why you not doing it? So this is me being obedient. This is me trusting the process. This is me doing what I said I wanted to do. This is me doing that. So all I'm gonna say is just buckle up, stay along for the ride. I don't know where God's gonna take this. I don't know what He's gonna do with it, but I just want to be obedient. I just want to step out there, do this. I don't have the best camera quality or whatever. I'm recording this on my iPad. I'm just doing it. I'm doing it because I know that if I'm not obedient, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm delaying somebody else from getting what they need. And I don't ever want to be nobody hold up. I don't know about y'all. I never want to be anybody's hold up. That's not my gist. That's not my thing. But I can say that I am super excited for this journey. I'm super excited to be back on YouTube. I'm super excited to just be doing the things that I said that I was going to do and that I want to do. Okay. So if you are looking for community, if you are just looking, for someone to engage with or whatever the case may be, if you're just looking for it to, I just need that to get me through the week or get me through the day. This is what I want this to be. I want this to be something that we are celebrating every week on how God is just moving. And as I am trusting the process to, hopefully motivate you to trust the process, right? It's going to be a crazy ride, but I'm here for it. Okay. I'm here for it. So it's me, Andrea, your faith homegirl. Okay. Where we talk about lifestyle, we talk about parenting, we talk about school, we talk about chasing our purpose beyond what we're doing right now and just thinking about how God is moving in our lives so that we can, create what needs to be created. So yeah. So I hope that you stick around, that you subscribe. And yeah, if you are not following me, follow me on Instagram at It's Andrea B. You can follow me on TikTok at It's Andrea B. And I'm on Facebook, Glenandria Brown. I do my best to stay consistent on all of those platforms. So there's that. And then I also host a weekly Bible study. So if you want to be involved in that, just let me know as well. I more than likely will put everything like in the description box. But yeah, so here's to trusting the process, leaning not to our own understanding, giving it all to God, but doing it His way. Okay. Well, with that being said, I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with another young lady or young man that might need to see this. Okay, that's all I'm asking you to do. But stay tuned. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.